Hey, how's it going? It's Fat Daddy Sambo with those nerdy metal guys, and it's time for another lunch break album review. This is where we take an album from Amazon Unlimited's new releases for hard rock and heavy metal, listen to it for a bit, do a little bit of research, and bring you our findings. Today's album comes to us from the thrash metal genre. This is Enforced's new release, At the Walls. This was released on July 19th on War Records. And I have to say, this album has completely blown me away. I'm an old-time fan of thrash metal. I first got into it back in the mid-'80s at the rise of thrash. I'm a child of the Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, Flotsam and Jetsam era, Testament. Bands like that really helped fuel my younger years and all through my life. They've been the friends that I've been able to turn back to. This band has picked up the mantle and really brushed aside any of the other current bands, in my opinion. And it's no offense to current bands like Red Death and Power Trip, who I am a huge fan of. But Enforced have just brought in a new level of brutality to it. They are just taking that and driving it forward. This is a band out of Richmond, Virginia. It's a quintet made up of Knox Colby on vocals, Will Wagstaff on guitar, Zach Monahan on guitar, and I don't have the current band lineup for bass and drums. I will tell you that on this album, bass duties were shared by Ethan Gensuros, Connor McCormick, and also Will Wagstaff, and they broke this up pretty evenly through the album. And then drum duties were shared by Alex Bishop on tracks 1 and 2 and Isaac Hullinger on tracks 3 through 9. There was a guest vocal by DeWitt Hellion on the second track on the album also, and that's Skinned Alive. This album clocks in pretty short. It's under 28 minutes. The longest song on the album was only 3 minutes and 43 seconds. That's the album closer, Civilized Mind. This album just really burns it up for me. If I have to pick that one track that I'm going to go to over and over again, it would be At the Walls of Antioch. This just really drove home for me, marrying Slayer and Testament stylings in one song, at least to my ears. Man, it was just absolutely fantastic. The whole thing is solid all the way through. I found production to be pretty good. I read in an article by the Angry Metal Guy that for his ears he heard volume drop out significantly for several tracks. I didn't have that same experience. Not to say that it's not there, it's just I didn't have that same experience. Not a whole lot of information able to find on the band. I did draft some information from Angry Metal Guy's fantastic review. Also, Colby Knox did an article on neoecho.net talking about his 5 must-listen-to older or overlooked metal albums. And then obviously the band's Bandcamp page helped to fill in the blanks. So not a whole lot of information online. What's not available online is made up for by this album. Forget the biographicals. Listen to this album. It will absolutely blow you away. If you're lucky enough to be in the DC area, this band is playing August 5th with Red Death, one of my personal favorites, in that area. And it was listed as a free show. So if you're lucky enough to be in that area, definitely go out and check these guys out. They will absolutely blow you away. So this has been Enforced, At the Walls. I've been Fat Daddy Sambo with those nerdy metal guys, and enjoy your day. Thanks.